All right, I'm back. I had my long weekend. Long weekend. And I am going to sketch Lena's unicorn today. I just was not in the mindset and I was too tired before, but I'm okay now. Alright, now let's see if I put this ball again. Don't do me any justice here. Hold this up. I do have lots of yarn. I would really need eraser too. Oh, hello. How are you? I had a long weekend. Long weekend. Oh, it's somebody new. Hi. How you doing? I always get somebody new. But yeah, I had a long weekend at work. I'm probably gonna have steak there. And I had nothing to do with any of these guys. Just literally do stuff to upset the residents and status quo, and they get the state involved because it's a cheap company. So all they do is wanna be nasty to people. That's why I only work weekends. They ask me why I don't work through the week. I just tell them I can't take them through the week. But yeah, and I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos trying to get to the question of what happens when darkness falls and people do horrible things. And I was listening to a lot of macabre stories and stuff and about all this about Lucy's bloodline and this and that. I feel, and it's just me, and I think people read too much into it, but it's just me. I'm trying to get the neckline of this nice unicorn. I feel that everybody, everywhere I always go, I hear as above is below, or as above is below, something like that. But, anyways, getting the point of that, I literally feel that if you should get your lines right when you're doing this, but I feel if you do something really bad and you really meant to do it, and it was in your control to make it good, but you chose not to. I I just think bad things come from that, and I think that's what kills our humanity. And when humanity goes down, a lot of bad things happen. And I think we're in charge of that, honestly. I'm trying to get this over here. Because I found this really cool unicorn for my resident to draw out. And she wanted me to draw it, but I just was so tired I couldn't function. That's about how that went. And I honestly think that we are, because I listen to a lot of different live streamers over here. We are our own individual gods in the sense. I'm not saying we're gods over everybody else, but we're our own individual gods that we control destiny of ourselves. And my thing is, why listen to other people when you can try to make your own life better? So, I guess that's where I'm at with that subject. Because I feel you have the power. Everyone has the power to make things better. I was looking at a video, somebody shot a dog 6 times and then taped their mouth shut. And all I know is I am doing tarot card readings too. To do some kind of act in that way, I just feel it does something to you. It really, truly does. And I think that our actions, I mean, I've always heard my entire life, actions speak louder than words. I think that we pick our own destiny when we pass to the other realm and our flesh is gone. I always have felt that way. I really have. I mean, some people can argue and say you're going here, you're going there. I think we choose where we go and how we conduct ourselves. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think that, and I think people delve into the mythology and all that a lot. But if you do really horrible acts, maybe if you really meant it, you can turn it around. But I do think you have to start doing good charitable acts and really realize why it was wrong. And if you don't really realize it, oh hi Poja, how you doing? Hi Leafson. But I feel that if you don't make it right, you really didn't mean it. And maybe that's where all this redemption and stuff comes from. Because I truly care about humanity. I mean, I really do. I mean, how could you not if you're a parent? Because when you leave this world, your kids are still here. And that's the thing. You don't want to leave this world and having your kids in just a bad position. Okay, this is looking terrible, but I just started it. Sometimes these things look terrible when you first start them. Oh, like too. Oh, BM Gamer, you've been on here before. How you doing? I just was watching a sad video. I watch a lot of sad videos around here. I was just telling everybody how a dog got shot 6 times. And then somebody muzzled their mouth shut. What? I don't understand. And I've been trying to find out the origins of evil and the origins of why people do what they do. Because mental illness strings upon things. Oh, hi, Karan. Okay, I got you, Karan. Yeah, it's almost the 4th of July over here in America. I only got to work to 3 o'clock. Thank God it's on a Friday. Because I'll be seeing the fireworks and walking Chong up to where the fireworks are. He's not a puppy no more, so I don't have to worry about him getting all crazy with fireworks. Yeah, I'll get you, Poja. I'm just over here trying to. I guess I'm over here because I'd like to. Before I die, I would like to try to bring a peaceful universe as much as I can. If it's true what every live streamer says is we're masters of our own domain, my domain is to bring peace. That's it. That's my whole message on Facebook. Well, if I can get in Facebook, laugh out loud, and I cannot. Okay. Yeah, I can. Alright, you want to know what's coming in a few days? Alright, let me see. Let's see what they got here. You got, in a couple days, you're in a full moon in Cancer. And this just talks about personal issues coming to being resolved. And then you got a dissembling moon. And this is just talking about taking time to for yourself to relax and just think about things. And then you are surrounded too by a south node. And this talks about not letting the past hold you back. This personal issue I feel has to do with a lot of different things. I know you have a lot active life out there, and I think it has to do with just this personal issue has to do with a lot of different things. I think it's it is the glue that's holding things together right now, that you always are seeking to find what the truth is. I feel truth is coming to you in the next coming days. So I don't know what truth. The universe only gives out truth when they're ready for you to see it and hear it. So I'm not getting anything on that. But honestly, I mean, if you're got a roof over your head and you're doing well, I mean, that's all you can really ask for, because when we die, money is the root of all evil. And this is absolutely true. That's why governments go to war and everything else. I feel your finances will be fine, but you got to watch with money. You really do, because money will break apart people or bring them together. So I do see your finances getting better. I do. So, but just take it one step at a time, like I am with my finances, and things will come to you. And just, I don't know if you want to pray or if you just want to ask the universe for help, you could do that. Anybody can do that. Here, there we go. My stupid cat. She's always doing all this meowing. She's Siamese, and I let her out, tell her not to do all that because I'm hiding her out, but no, she does not. Thank God I'm getting this house because I can get them all in there. Oh, yes, I have 4 rescues. I live in the zoo, Parad, and I have Chong. And Chong was raised around the cats, so he's very good with cats. So I am such a humanitarian, I can't let the little animals out there suffer. And I try to find a way to make them not suffer. So this is what I do. And let me see, Poja. Okay, you want to know what's coming up in your love life, Poja. Let me get you here. All right, Poja, you have a new moon in Libra in your love sector. I like to call them sectors. I think it sounds more cool. But in your love sector, you're in a new moon in Libra, and this talks about new romantic cycles. And there is a cycle that's going to be starting soon, because even if you're with the same person, the same cycle, one cycle ends and another begins with change. It does. It's crazy, but that's just how it is, because we change all the time. That's what we do. So, and with change comes different cycles and different ways that we're living our lives. So, I do see that for you. And then you got a full moon in Sagittarius and a new moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Sagittarius just reminds you to look at all of the obstacles around you and things that really matter, and see if your new love cycle fits into all that, because sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So then you got new moon in Scorpio, talk about working, and this talks about working through fears. You're going to have times in your life where you're meant to be with somebody for a reason. And these are times in your life that you literally have to kind of just let it go and let they you could I don't know, they used to say let go and let God, but when I was younger, but you just gotta let it go and you gotta let destiny put forth all the different cards it wants you to have. So okay. Oh hi, DM Gamer. Alright. Oh Brian, how are you? Alright, you want to know about Kay. Okay. You're a hopeless romantic. My first baby daddy was named Brian. So I won't hold that against you. We're not actually on bad terms. We actually are. So we're. I don't. I don't dislike Brian, but we're just not meant to be together. But yeah, but I don't hate the name. I don't try to dislike anybody. It's a really bad cycle. I used to get mad and say I hated somebody until long time in my past till I realized I had to let it go. But it is a nice name, Brian. But anyways, you and Kay are in a waxing moon. And this just talks about energy getting stronger. And then you got a full moon in Aries. And this just talks about things coming to the surface that you didn't know was there. And a lot of times it ends up an argument or just in a bad way. Because when the truth creeps out, it's not always pretty. Then you got to avoid a course moon with you and Kay. And this could be one way or another. Generally, this means nothing's going to come out of the situation, but if you choose to forgive and get past things when you find out the inner truth, you could change it around. So, and we all have our secrets. We all do. This doesn't mean it's negative, Brian. It just means that there's things that haven't been disclosed to you. And not everybody knows everything about everybody because it would be Jumanji. Can you stop? Hang on. I gotta take care of my wildcat over here. Hey, be nice. Chong, you be nice too. Alright, I'm sorry, Brian, my zoo. This is what happens. Well, if you try to ask for forgiveness, you give it to you. At least you asked, and the universe knows you're trying. A lot of times when people don't want to forgive you, that's on them. As long as you wanted and you truly meant it, it still counts. It really does. So, and I've done in the past where I messed up. I'll admit it. I messed up when I was younger in relationships, and they didn't want it really to go far after that. And it's okay. Because that just, you grew as a person. You made a mistake. So what? It's not like you're out there shooting dogs and duct taping mouths. We all make mistakes. And none of us are perfect. I mean, I don't know if you believe in God. I believe in a higher power, but that higher power is perfect, and we're in their image. We're not perfect. So, and honestly, perfection to me is when people actually could tell you why that when people can apologize and actually try to make things right. It takes a stronger person to do that. So, You just move on with your life and let them do what they're going to do. And they're going to eventually have to, Kay's going to eventually have to realize that she got to let it go. And maybe you'll find someone better. Who knows? You know, this whole world is full of millions of people. Millions. And somebody is going to find you and you're going to be happy with them. So, yeah, I mean, where as long as you tried and you were sincere, that's all that matters. It really is. I mean, just because you do one bad thing doesn't mean for the rest of your life you're in chains. I mean, I'm sure she's not perfect. This is why I do charity with my residents, because I'm not perfect. There's times, I've lost my patience and I've learned being 51, you have to have that patience, but it takes years. Years. When I was 20, I was a little pissant. I'll tell you that. But now that I'm 50, I'm not. But if you can learn that in your 20s, you're doing good, because the world's getting worse. The energy that surrounds the world's getting worse, and I've been reading. Well, not reading, but I've been listening to these live streams about these shadow people. My son says they're there, and he says they're evil. So these shadow people, I don't know what they are. There's a lot of live streamers out there trying to figure out what they are, saying they're. Oh yes, you gotta just accept that you're not perfect and you made mistakes, and you just gotta move on, and you're gonna find somebody. There's all kinds of girls in this world, all kinds of them. And there's more that maybe there's another one that's meant for you that's more open minded. And that's going to be a lot nicer for you. That's what you kind of need in this world to get by. Because I was informed by my son, these shadow people do watch and they try to influence you to do bad things. And they say this all through YouTube. And there's reports in the UK about these shadow people. And I'm wondering if they say some are good and some are bad, and they're projections from another universe. So possibly when we give into many bad things, maybe it brings them. I don't know. But we all got to stick together, because now I feel that the energy in this realm is very different than it was 20 years ago. It's darker. It's very dark. And it has to and when it gets to the point where it's really really dark, that's when it's going to get light, and certain people that don't want to be caught up in the darkness, we literally have to stick together, and we have to just say, we got to spread a message of peace, because you got to be peaceful. If you're not, bad things happen to you. And you are good, Brian. I sense a lot of good energy from you. But be strong minded and don't give in to negative things, because in all this research I've been doing on these shadow people, they're attracted to negative energy. And all these hauntings that are going on in these different places, maybe it's where the shadow people meet. Maybe they're not ghosts at all. I'm thinking out of the box, and I do think a lot out of the box. So I don't know. That's what I came up with all this. I mean, I don't like to put labels on people or things or anything. I feel labels aren't good to put on anybody. I don't. And labels are just something that's not a good thing. I feel that we're all capable of a lot of good things. If you're all these people are doing bad things, obviously there's the connection where you could do good things too. I'm gonna make this this nose a lot wider. Here. There we go. Because horses don't have that narrow of a nose. But, but yeah, because it's kind of crazy. In the UK, they were saying that a woman, she had a real sick child, I guess, and the child wasn't receiving nutrients or not a lot of stuff was going on, and she was in the hospital, and she thought she seen something that was a nun that was going towards the nursery. She didn't think anything of it, and she was allowed to stay the night in the hospital because her kid was real sick, and they do allow this stuff, especially if they think the child may die and stuff. I worked at the Cleveland Clinic a long time ago, and this happened, but sadly, the child did die. She had an autoimmune disease, but she said that she seen a lady and she thought it was. She was thinking that the entity was, or whatever it was, the shadow person. They're saying shadow person was a nun because she had a black coat, a black robe on. I mean, kind of like a nun would wear. So, anyways, she lifted the child up, and as she lifted the child up, like in midair, the child rose up, and the next day, it was like a miraculous recovery. So that's what. So she wasn't scared of them, but maybe not all of them are nice. I'm thinking. That's just me thinking out of the box, but I'm thinking maybe some of them are. But it was a report in the UK, an official report, and they actually had it on camera too. So, and things like this didn't happen to that extent 20 years ago. So whatever is going on, wherever it is, our negative energy is bringing it to us. Oh, hi, Anne. How you doing? So I just want you guys to be cautious of things that are going on in the world, and maybe and just don't let the negative things get to you. Don't try to think negative, because that's when these shadow people have the best influence on you. They honestly do. You don't let anybody control your life. I mean, you're in control. It's your vessel until you die. And then obviously, whatever money you have, assets, blah blah blah, this goes to your children. Life insurance policy and all that good crap. So, yeah, you can get a reading. Alright, Stephania. But yeah, I want you guys to be careful about these shadow people. And I guess they're invisible most of the time. Only certain people can see them and certain people can't see them. And some people could feel them. I guess it's. Yeah, you have a general love reading. I don't charge over here. I'm just trying to promote peace. I mean, I figure I only got 50 years more to live, and then I will be dead and my kids will be rich. So while I'm living, I'm going to try to spread as much peace and awareness as I can until I take my last breath, and then my kids will have money. And then that's all there is to that. Because that is life. I'm ready to go on to the next realm, but I want to know that people around me are helped. But yeah, these shadow people are growing in abundance. Growing in abundance. And I don't think they're all good, and some aren't good. So be careful, think positive thoughts. And if you get a real negative thought in your mind, just be aware that thought could be possibly the shadow people trying to influence you. This is what people are calling for. And this is not me. This is half of all the live streamers I listen to, and I don't keep my subscriptions private because I like to hear about what goes on in the world. But Anne, your love reading, you are in a new moon in Virgo. And this is talking about a time where you're giving rather than taking. And it doesn't mean anything of monetary value. You got to give a part of yourself to get a part of someone else. This is what love is. You take a piece of someone and you're giving, it's a give and take. So you got to accept somebody for what they are. All of them, bad and good. And you got to try to get stronger together. But that's where you are. And that is your weakness, is what I'm picking up. So, I mean, it's not bad. It just means whatever you withhold, you got to put it on the table. Say, this is what I'm about. This is what I do. This is everything that I'm about. And tell them and try to just seek the truth. And usually, don't try to just listen to their words. Listen to their actions, how they speak to you, and a lot of different things, because that's what really matters. It's not, and it's how they say it to know if it's real or not real. That too is another thing you should be looking at. Then you got a new moon in Cancer surrounding you, and a new moon in Pisces. A new moon Cancer just it lets you know that your loved ones are all good and safe, and you're safe all around you, which is good in times of war with all this stuff going on in the world. And then you got a new moon in Pisces also, and that just talks about getting to know your inner self and really digging deep into yourself and thinking about it. If you got to meditate, if you want to just jam out to some music and really get involved with your inner self, that's fine too. I jam out to Slipknot. This is how I meditate. I like Slipknot and different bands like that. Usually it's death metal. And then I get my mind together. If it's country, if it's rap, whatever, if you don't want to do traditional. No one's telling you got to sit there like the Gaia Network and put a bunch of crystals out. But you do got to find something that gives you serenity and peace. Whatever that is. If it's, like I said, if it's music, nature, whatever it is, you're different. So I feel if you start doing that more, you'll get more positive results about your love life. And I feel that you'll get more positive people because you want quality, not quantity. But I got this. I got the horse's nose done. And I'm trying to see what this nostril. I think it goes this way. See, I was sitting there bitching about how hard it is to draw a person, and I tell you, these animals are just as hard as people. I will tell you that much. These damn animals are hard. They're a hard draw sometimes. But it's worth it to try to get yourself as an artist, trying to get your practice in. I'm going to shade around his nose area. I'm just going to do little shading instead of these damn lines. I feel that they're better when you just do that. I'm just doing light shading around his nose, and I just got his nose done. I don't see anybody coming in your life, Anne, until you do that. Until you go and you ask the universe and You just literally go, and I would meditate and ask them, and when they feel you're ready, that's when you'll get somebody. But right now, I'm feeling the universe doesn't think you're ready for anybody right now. And the right person isn't around you, also. I do pick up that. So, and honestly, I spent a lot of time vibing with myself and my zoo laugh out loud. And sometimes it's the most peaceful time of your life. Embrace your time alone. Because sometimes you could be your own best friend. In this world, people are out to scam you, take your money, take your self worth. So be grateful that you're being cared about enough to where they're holding the process up. Sometimes waiting is better. It really is. I feel you'll run into somebody just eventually one day, and you're going to be like, oh, holy hell, where did this person come from? So I, that's what I feel about it. All right, I'm going to start my on the head of this. Okay, there's a lot of hair since it's a unicorn. Of course my friend Lena would have to pick something that has to be so damn complex. I do love her though. She's had a stroke. She lays up in her bed and she has nothing to look at. Nothing, I tell you. I mean, yeah, her daughter got her a refrigerator and all this stuff, but it's not the same like being home. It really isn't. And if you guys know anybody or have family members in a nursing home, oh, you got rescues too. Hey, spend time with your rescue. Shit, I find that they're my best company. Oh my god, who is this? Of course it's him. All right. Hello. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. You on your way home? Yeah. He gets off at 3. Yeah, he doesn't work late like me. You got his number? You want me to text it to you? Yeah. All right. I can text him for you. Okay. I'll text you. Yeah, he has SUV. All right. I'll text him. All right. All right. Bye bye. Love you too. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Gotta text my brother, see if he can pick up my husband. But yeah, I mean, rescues are the best company. Estefania. Yeah, and then I would just hang out with them. I'm gonna tell Tim. But yeah, that's what I would do and just relax and live life. Okay, let me do this text real quick and then get back to you guys. Okay, it is raining outside. Alright, I'm almost done. And I'm gonna back to this. But go ahead and put your questions in or whatever you want to do. This will only take me a second. Oh, God. Chong. It's thunder, Chong. It's thunder. Alright. This is the one good thing about this computer, my friends, because when I was using my phone, it was always problems. I'm doing the little hair, so I don't mess up the whole thing here. I hope it looks like a horse. Maybe once I get the whole eye involved here. Well, Chong, it's thunder, okay? Just relax. It's gonna be okay, I promise you. Okay, I guess he does it. I'm glad we went outside when we did. Okay, there's a thing here. Maybe if I get the eye, it'll look a little better. What does? Oh, hello. How you doing, Krishnamia or Nira? All right. What does PJ think about me currently? I don't know if I can tell you how that person currently feels, but I can do an energy reading, and I can do an energy reading on it, but nobody really knows what anybody feels about anybody because it's private. It would be nice if we did know things like that, but honestly, I just don't. Just like she does, this PJ doesn't know what you feel about her. But I will do an energy reading on it for you. Let me just get this eye shaded in for my uniform. Alright, I'm gonna leave just a little spot. Okay. I don't know how good this turned out. Okay, I got the eye in there. It's getting there. I hope Lena likes it. It's my first unicorn. I'd try these things. I'm glad me and Chong and I got all my garbage out before the storm started because we have been having crazy storms in Ohio. Crazy. I have never seen crazy weather like this in a long while. It's insane how this weather is going. I don't know if this means anything. I'm not trying to read into it. I'm not one of these crazy people that believe that everything means everything, but it could mean, I don't know, possibly climate change could really mean a lot of things, so who knows. I don't like to read too much into weather, but our weather has been altered. I will tell you that. So, all right. You and PJ are in a supermoon. This means you guys are, both of you, your emotions are going up and down, and you're always worried about each other and this and that. I'm picking that up. And that's what the supermoon is, where everybody's overthinking things. I like to call this the overthinking card. And you guys are surrounded by a full moon in Pisces and a full moon in Sagittarius. And the full moon in Pisces, the suggestions they give you on that is always about doing the balance of practical and inner, which is basically spiritual. And then you have a full moon in Sagittarius, which tells you to look at everything as a whole. And as you're looking at everything as a whole, in the whole situation, sometimes enlightenment comes. I feel PJ likes you, but I feel this PJ has personal issues. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm talking about maybe just personal issues, as in like trust and things like that. And when you overthink things, you take things out on the ones you love. So I feel this person is taking things out on you because they love you. And this pushes a lot of people away from one another. So that I will say. I've had that happen to me before, and you generally the people try to come back after a while, but depending on how long they've been gone, sometimes it's not salvageable, sometimes it is. So I wish you guys both very good luck, because this world needs more love and peace and less arguing. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I hope that, I hope you guys work out, because I've talked to some of my residents and they were married 60 years, some of them. And I used to say, wow, that's amazing for, how things usually are these days. And it would be nice if people stayed together that long, but I guess that's not just the way things are always. That's not how they always go these days. But if everybody was more honest within themselves and their feelings, it probably would. I'm putting the unicorn horn in. So maybe this will help me get this whole unicorn together. I'm hoping. I mean, it's turned out a little better than I thought it would. I got the horn of a unicorn there. Okay, and then right in here, as it's going up, there's the shadow of an ear. So I might as well get that up in there too. Because that's what's really going to make this thing not look like crap. See, this is what I do when I'm upset or just depressed or anything. It's good to have an outlet. It really is. And honestly, if you have a knack for this, I mean, there's candles. I love making candles. Candles is so great. I think you got that candle making. I'm probably gonna do that a little bit later, most likely. I do like my candles. I do love making them. I think I don't know. I find them very exonerating, I guess you could say, and it makes me feel very relaxed. Especially when you're putting together what kind of scents you want and things like that. It's nice. Alright, now this, I'm going to do real light touches. Do real light touches when you're doing things. Real light. Do not want, I don't want anything that's too much. Alright, this comes out real sharp like this, and then up like this. And even if you want to add your own pizzazz to your pictures, which I do recommend. I do recommend this pizzazz, my friends. You just don't. Sometimes a sideways horse is a sideways horse. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was told once I get a little better at this, it'll be better for me. So I have heard that. But just like I'm gonna shade in a little different with all this. That little ear here. Here. Okay. See, I'm self-doubting myself, which I probably shouldn't do. Alright, now I'm gonna start the back end here. And I'm still here if anybody wants a reading or anything. I'm gonna make this just a little bit longer up here. And honestly, drawing has a lot to do with just drawing has a lot to do with just taking your time and being precise. This is why it's nice. It's nice to do, and sometimes you can get a lot of your feelings out. And before you know it, you feel a lot more relaxed. All right, this ear was supposed to be a little bit bigger, so when I do this back part, it's nicer. Okay, I'm gonna start getting this back part done now. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna call her a she. Alright, I'm gonna sketch this down like that. Okay, I got that so far. I do try. I really do try. Really, that's all you can do in life is try. Sometimes beating yourself up over things is not the best thing to do because, I mean, you can't control everything. You can't control everything in your life. But you can control what you're doing. Especially when it has to do with just relaxing and sketching or whatever, you can control your drawing, honestly. Alright, now that, and there's little fibers here. We gotta get these little fibers, just the little tiny lines, because horses have beautiful fur. I love horses, I really do. They're some of my favorite creatures on this plane. I love them. But yeah, just kind of take your pencil and bring it down a little. And just keep doing that. Alright. Now we're going to bring this down this way. Like this. It comes to a little point because this makes sense here. We'll just start making little wavy things here. And now we're just taking the fibers and weaving these in. And it just shows dexterity in your sketch. Just pulling it up and around, pulling it up and around. You can make it fuller or not fuller. Kind of depends on how you want to do it. If you want to make it look pretty, hair is just like little tiny faint lines. And I am going to get my pastels involved in this. So want my little horse who's thick and go like Dutch. And then bring little faint lines this way. Now that I kind of figured out kind of where I'm going with this. Instead of having it going cascaded in one direction, I kind of want the bottom part of this looking nice. And I'm going to do little lines going up this way. Oh God, here he comes again. Hello? He did not call back. Yeah. Oh, did it? So you want me to tell him to forget about it? Okay, so let's stop this. Okay. I love you too. Bye bye. Alright, now I'm going to do this. I'm still up for readings, you know, guys. Like 5 will they get married by? I don't understand that question. Especially with the 5. Is it 5 days? 5 months? Oh. Is she getting married to you or is it someone else? I mean, are you worried that did she break up with you? Is this the problem? Okay, let me get my brother. I mean, even if you guys weren't together and she wanted to get married, you should be happy for her. I mean, I'm happy for my ex when he got married. I'm hoping the other ex-husband gets married too. Oh, she's your sister. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a number. I know it's a number 5. I just didn't know what it was there. Okay. I got you now. Here's my little horse. I don't even know if this looks like a horse now. I'm trying to make a unicorn over here. I'm trying. I tried to make a panda bear, a big panda bear, and ended up making a baby panda bear. I don't understand. But yeah. Oh, it's I'm gonna try to pronounce your name here. Kad Kayani? Kayani? Did I get it right? I hope I got it right. I'm sometimes really bad at pronouncing. Oh, good. Maybe being on YouTube is getting me better at pronouncing names. Laugh out loud because I was not good at pronouncing names until I got on YouTube and practiced this a bit. Names were not my forte, but now I'm practicing all the time when I come on here. I really am. I do try. And I do try to spread my message of peace and love and happiness. I guess, you know, you call me a modern day hippie. I love making I make candles and this is what people get for Christmas. So this is absolutely what they get for Christmas and people know that I'm not buying them nothing from the store. I will not. Not at all. But that's just me. I just feel that we should be happy for the environment and maybe making things is a good thing. All right. Your sister's reading for her wedding situation here. If she's getting married, it's the energy fields in a new moon in Capricorn. And this is talking about the work she's put into wanting to be married and having it work out for her. So I think she's been working at wanting to be getting married, which is it's a goal in everyone's life to have a life partner. So I get it. Then there's she's surrounded by a waning moon and a full moon in Libra. A waning moon just talks about, any anxieties. I'm picking up like some where she's scared about some outcomes and stuff, all the worried thoughts. A lot of worried thoughts she got going on here, your sister. And then you got a full moon in Libra. Well, she did. She got this is about your I just did it for your sister. And this just talks about a win-win outcome. I actually do see her getting married. So, I'm very happy for her. And I hope everything works out well for her because marriage is a very good thing. She's scared a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm picking that up. But you know who isn't? What do they call it? Premarital jitters, where you go in front of the mirror saying your vows. It's in every damn movie that comes out. Oh, you're welcome. I do not mind. I've had a long weekend, and I'm just trying to make Lena's life a little better because she's insisting on having a unicorn. So, since she's insisting on having a unicorn, I am trying to make her life happy with this unicorn. That I am. I am trying. Alright. Okay, there we go. That's why this was looking so damn awkward. Alright, there we go. It's the hair. There wasn't enough hair in the way, and it wasn't soft enough looking. Okay, there we go. See, now the ears and everything look a little better. Oh, you're very welcome, Kantiana. Alright, oh, I think I forgot about you, Solana. What do you expect in 3 months? I can do a general reading for 3 months for you. I'm glad you guys like me. I know there's a lot of readers out around here. I really do. I know that there's a lot. You probably can go to just about any of them, but I try to tell everybody the God's honest truth, and I'm not trying to make a career doing this. I work in medical. I just like to help people out. Yeah, my patient, she's bedbound and miserable, and she wants a unicorn. So I'm making her a unicorn. I have my own life of what I do to make people happy. This is what I do. I don't have a lot of money, but I make people artwork and stuff like that. And because I'm blessed with a decent job, so this is what I do. And I don't generally, I've never drawn a horse before. But Lena keeps asking me for a unicorn, so what am I going to do? She can't get out of bed without a Hoyer lift, so I'm going to make her a unicorn. That's what the universe wants me to do, so this is what I do. Yeah, you can ask. Alright. That was the last 3 months. Hang on. Was it 3? Yeah, 3 months. Alright, in 3 months, you're in a muddable moon right now. And this is good. It's like Back to the Future. Nothing is set. You can rewrite your life. There's no karma holding you back. At all. No bad karma. I actually pick up a lot of positiveness. Positive. I feel like whatever change is going to be happening is going to be positive. I do. I feel like it's kind of your own domain, how you want to navigate your energy, which is exciting. Then you got a cardinal moon. And this just talks about being bold, making moves. And then you got a full moon in Leo, and this just talks about, it's not saying that it's just talking about not letting pride get in your way. And it's not saying that you do or anything else. It's just saying that, it might be something that you might think is beneath you. Because I feel like there might be some kind of deal coming through in 3 months. And you don't know what to think about it. But maybe just look at all the possibilities and don't scoff at the deal. And and just make sure that it's a deal that's actually made for you. So I feel it's some kind of deal. And it could be both financial and social. So keep your positive energy going though. I don't know. You know how, like, when people come up and they'll say, maybe you can have a better job here, job offers, and or just maybe helping someone out to get ahead, things like that. I don't know. The outcome is on you. It will be a good outcome if you go into it in a positive way. It's going to be a bad outcome if you go into it in a negative way. That's pretty much how the universe works. That's why you have to stay positive all the time, because the universe does not like ungrateful people. It does not. And I will tell you that. A lot of times, like, I've gotten real sick, real sick. I had cancer once when I was 20, and it was in my ovaries. And this was before I had kids or anything. They did a cryo freeze and I was fine. But there's some people that are filthy rich doing horrible things and they think money's going to get them out. And I've seen people being filthy rich dying of things that a lot of people don't die of, and suffering a long time. Because I work with hospice a lot. And I've worked with a lot of wealthy people that aren't very nice. And they got that way by stepping on people's toes and, taking away things from people. And these kind of people don't go very far. They end up in a nursing home and they end up usually dying of a really terminal illness and things like that. So keep positive and the outcomes are going to be good. Don't be positive, and if you're ungrateful or anything like that, it's going to be negative. And that's just how life is. I could see a Steffi. Let me get XXL. Alright. You can ask. You want to know the details about my next girlfriend? I could do a love reading, but nobody could predict who's going to be your next girlfriend. Nobody can. Honestly. But I could do a love reading on you. That's about all I can do. I mean, you gotta just do the work, go out there and be positive, do charitable acts. I'm up here making a unicorn for a patient that's bedbound. You do things like this and really mean it, you probably will get a really hot girl. But if somehow you're just doing that because you want someone that looks good and you're more conceited, you probably won't have a girlfriend. I mean, it's usually how the universe runs. They don't like ungrateful people, and they don't like people that judge. The universe hates it. I'll tell you that much. I don't like people that judge either myself, but your love life is in a new moon in Aries. And this just talks about taking action. You know, maybe start going out with your friends, get a wingman. They used to say that in my days. Get a wingman Start studying people, but don't get too involved because some of these girls out there get very possessive, depending if they're in their 20s. There's some 20-year-olds out there that will sleep with multiple people at the same time. They will. I know this for a fact because I have two sons. And you will not know about it, and then you might get herpes or something. That's on the rise right now, my friend, herpes. And I know if you do get AIDS on chance, I know that as long as you have health insurance, there's stuff to block it so your wife or girlfriend doesn't get AIDS, but and herpes. But why take the chance? But you're also surrounding your love life by a new moon in Leo and a new moon in Taurus with your love life. New moon in Leo just talks about confidence, which makes sense. You gotta have confidence that you're a good person and you bring good things to the world and to the relationship, to the table. If you want to think in terms of business, a relationship's about what you bringing to the table. So, oh yeah, I don't like that either. And then you have a new moon Taurus. This is a happy one. This talks about prosperity. So I see you getting a little more money, maybe a raise, possibly. But yeah, and you got to think about if you're getting any kind of money or stuff, what you bring to the table, some people will try to take. It's awful, but it's true. I'm getting I'm getting a house for free. And everybody and their mama wants to talk to me and be nice to me when they didn't even speak to me before. So this is how people are, and my younger son's his ex-girlfriend, she literally had, well, he came back after not talking to me for a year or two, and he told me he starved himself to have to buy her a car. I mean, this is what some of these girls do. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm a mother. I am a mother, and I've been a mother for God since I got God since Brian, and this is Brian got me pregnant with Brandon, so we're talking since I was 19, so I'm 51. So for 30 years, I've been a mother. So I want you to be safe out there. I don't want you to get in bad situations. Honestly, I would give her a chance, but I don't know if you know how to interrogate people. I guess this is the question. Do you know how to do proper interrogation to know if someone's lying to you? I guess let's dive into that first. Because when you get into these relationships and they're new, you should be examining people. Okay, I don't like how their chin is. But I would just be very careful and do not fully trust this person. Do not. Yes, so was my son's girlfriend at first. She was very nice. I actually liked her at first, and then she turned out to be a snake. What you do is find out more about it. I mean, as my son puts it, everybody's information's out there. Start looking up her name, seeing, and then if you look up her name, it will tell you if anybody went to jail in her family, and just look her up. I would do that. And you can look it up by, if you know her birthday. Find out her birthday. That's a good one. Find out her birthday, and then obviously you're gonna know where she lives. Find out all the information that comes up on her family and everything, and just start keeping a mindful eye. Don't think with your heart all the time. Think with your mind. You don't think with your mind You're gonna say, hey, I really like her. We get in the sheets, it's great. But as she's doing that, she could be conning you and taking you for what you're worth. There are people like that's like that out there. So I just want you to be careful. I want you to learn from my son's mistake. And probably many people like him that have made the same mistake. It's just not him. There's many people that have made that mistake in the world. So, but yeah, I do see things going. All right, does this look like a good unicorn to you? Yeah, be more careful. It's a dark world out here. And if you listen to the right live streamer about how all the spiritual stuff going around, they say it's hell and damnation coming. I don't know. I just think it's a shift. You like it? I'm hoping Lena likes it. Maybe it'll make her want to go to damn therapy so she'll be able to walk again. I really want these people to walk because I find it terrible they got to be in a nursing home. But I think there's an energy shift going on, my friend, and I know it's a little off topic, but I really honestly think there is, and that's why every spiritualist is thinking the end of the world and this and that's coming and all these prophecies. I think we're just going towards a period of history where it's going to get bad and shift to the good. I don't think the end of the world's coming. I don't think Jesus is coming down in a blue light and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get involved with all that because I'm more of a Gnostic. I really am. I like to think that when people do enough bad, enough good is going to come because it happened. Look after World War II. Hitler literally took all those people, put them in ovens, cooked people, and we were at war, the United States, and everything was bad for the longest time after that, and then there was prosperity. So I think it's the coming of the energy shift. I really do. And then with these, and I swear I don't understand why people keep making more dangerous drugs out there. And then everybody, I get it, they don't have jobs and that. I would rather, if it was me, I would rather have less money than to know that because of me, families got destroyed. I would rather just die with less money. But that's just me. It really is. So I don't know. But like I said, be careful because there's a lot of wicked people out there and the energy shift is not done yet. You have a pride. What does that mean, pride? I mean, I know what pride means, but what in context do you mean that? I am high functional autistic. Sometimes I don't understand things like that. I mean, I'm very good at art. I'm like art and writing and stuff, which I'm one of my get my dad's inheritance. I am probably going to honestly get my book published and little things, but some things I don't understand socially. This is why sometimes I falter with my live streams. All right, I'm gonna fix this eyeball up. I think that and I want to get the pupil nice. Okay, I think it looks better like this. Oh, you wouldn't sell drugs. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying a lot of people in the world are. I didn't say you were. I didn't think you would sell drugs, so. But it's But a lot of people are doing that in the world, and you hear on these YouTube streams, because I listen to a lot of YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, and they always talk about when the I forgot that one guy, he does all the interviewing, he has like a million subscriptions, and there he was like moving with some cartel people and all that, and they say they do it because they don't have any way of get making money. I would rather not make money than have that. I would rather just die poor, because man, when you do get to the other realm, nothing good is going to be waiting for you. And then he was on the in the car with these cartel people. They're moving people around, and they got their voices described as that machine on them, so you don't know what they're saying. And it's crazy that people want to do this. I mean, the implications of doing these kind of things are not good. They're really not. And you got to answer to everything you do wrong. I mean, we create our own hell. I do believe that. I don't believe there's actual real devil. I believe if you do good things, you get good things back. If you do bad things, you get bad things in return. Like you might die from a really bad disease or just something. You would get a really horrible outcome in your life if you gave people pain. In the end, you get pain. If you try to give people happiness, in the end, you get happiness. I just like to think of it as simple terms, because I feel people get confused. I get confused. I mean that. I get it. I love hearing about mythology. I love it. But that was a time when that was how people explain things to people. I think people forget that. They really do. They forget that that was how things were explained back then. But this is just the way of the world, I guess. But I don't want a lot of flowers in here. I think I'm gonna make a nice bush over here under this unicorn. But yeah, I do watch a lot of stuff, and there is something coming. I feel it. It's not. It is judgment. I do feel judgment coming for this round, but I don't feel it's gonna be bad as long as you're not bad. I really don't. That's why I don't really worry about just a lot. I mean, there's some people that's really, I don't know, they're just so into it. They're just acting crazy in this world. And I do mean crazy. They're sitting there with all their religious ceremonies and this and that, and it's crazy. It is absolutely insane how they be doing this stuff. There's little stars over here. I don't want to do this whole flower thing that it has. This unicorn. I think I'm gonna just do a blend of different pastels for her, because I'm just so tired of drawing flowers. But yeah, I'm just staying here and being peaceful. So when the end does come, I mean, we all could be alive when it comes, or maybe it's happening now. So I don't know, but there is something big coming. And I do believe it is judgment. I don't believe it necessarily means it's a God. I just think it means that the energy is circulating. And I think everybody misreads it, and they're interpreting it into their own, how they can describe it. I'm not even saying they're lying. I'm not. Don't get me wrong about that. I don't like to call anyone a liar. We all see things in a different way. I see things in a simplistic way. Someone else might see it more in a religious way. I mean, it's what we are. It's our the people we are. I'm gonna take a picture of this for everyone that missed it. because I like to take a picture of it when it's in the sketching form. Because I'm a low income operation over here. And I do mean low income operation. That I do believe here. Alright, now I'm going to get my happy pastels out. But yeah, I do believe karma is real. XXL, I do. I really do. Karma is so real, and people do not realize what it is. And people could be shitheads. I will say it. They can be some damn shitheads, some people. And they're mean to people on purpose. And it's not nice. And they think that they're never going to have any repercussions for all the stuff they do. Now, when I do blend in these pictures, I use pastels, especially with sketches. And I'll tell you why, because everything, all the work you've done here, you can still see it through the pastels. If you go to try to do regular paint like that, I tell you, it looks like crap. It looks literally like shit. You don't want that. And I got these. I think these are from China. They're master pastels, but they're the chalky kind, and they're not that expensive. I want to say these were $20. And I've had these for a year. So I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing in case maybe you guys wanna do something with pastels. Pastels are very fun to play with. Very fun. Oh my god, they're exciting. I mean, I get in a good mood just playing around pastels every day. I love it. I get them all out there, and I like to look at my colors, and I start rubbing in there. I'm gonna rub like almost like a rainbow effect back here. And I was lucky through taking care of hospice because I took care of some artists. And these artists were some of them, I mean, I'm talking about legit artists, not like me artists. I'm talking about artists that are known in the community of artists. I'm talking that kind of artist, not the Chong the Dog artist. So, and she told me, my friend, she said she was dying. Obviously, they're all dying, but she went ahead and even Tom, he was dying and told me his secrets. Go in a circle when you do this. Do it in a nice circular motion. A pretty circular motion. I feel like when these sketchings get color involved, it makes everything really nicer involved with it. But I have white pastels, and I can show you how to move them too. He did a Thomas Edison that was to die for. And Sharon used to, God rest her soul. I hope she made it to where she wanted and met her mama and her daddy. As she crossed over, because it was sad, her passing was very long and endured. Over here, I'm going to start adding pinks. I'm just going to do one section at a time. We're going to do blue and pink together. You do this little cloud, and it makes it like picturesque and blends in your colors, because you're getting like a violet purple like this. And it's so easy to do, my friends. So easy. And people just, I don't think enough people do it, or they don't know about it is the problem. But see how I kind of wanted to like sitting on a nice color cloud. That's kind of how I want this thing to go. And then I have, we'll do a green. I think green would be nice. We're going to take green and put it over here like this. And then just take your finger. Sharon always told me, because I asked her how I'm supposed to put the pastels and said the same thing to Tom and the commercial artist I took care of for the past. And they told me to use my finger. It's better because you can make it more. It'll be nicer because it'll have like a cloud effect. So, and I like to kind of do it this way because you got all these different colors mixing in nice. And then I put them back. That's why I've had these for a year. I save everything. You see? They got that nice, cute cloud effect with it. Very nice. Then up here, I'm going to do some more color instead of those flowers. I think this would be better. All right, up here, I'm going to do a pink. Hopefully, this is no one else calling me and just my social media. Yeah, it is. Okay, just social media. All right, I have a lot of social media things every day that go on. All right, we're going to do pink there. You could just section off and play with it. This is the fun part about this kind of artwork. Then I'm going to take purple here and do that with the chalky pastels. You could do this with chalky pastels. Easy. You'll need a little bit. And these things, I swear they last. I think they're going to outlive me, these things. I really do. But I'm going to use them till they're dead. I'm not into wasting things, so. Alright, now I'm put red there. And I go around in a circle too. And we're going to do the same method. I'm making little clouds, but I'm doing little sections of clouds. So you get like the different colors of each section also as you're going along. Just to make it look a little bit more polished. I feel that it kind of makes things nice. And see, all these colors are going to connect, and it's going to look like you painted it. I prefer pastels more than I do the paints. I don't regret buying all my paint because I'm going to start making, whenever I get better at pottery. That's rough. Oh my God, is pottery rough. That's going to take me a minute, pottery. Any pottery people out there, you guys are the damn goats. If any of you guys listen are pottery people, because man, is it hard. But see, I got those three colors. And then I got other pastels for the unicorn. That I will do last. Alright, now we're going to get yellow up here. There's too much dark. I'm going to put yellow around here. I'm just going to put yellow around the whole top of this section on the top. Just like that. Move it around in your circle. There you go. Because it's close to the head. I would just feel like if I had a dark color up here with being close to the horn and stuff, I might want to do some other stuff with that. I don't know. But I'm going to keep it like more yellow here. And I'm just going to put it in with the horn here too. I'll just get all this here. And with yellow, you can always add another color to it. Like I'm going to probably on this end do another section. But real close to the facial area, I'm going to use yellow. Alright. There we go. Now, we'll pick another one. Alright, we're going to go with, I want vibrant colors with this. Vibrant, pretty colors. So we're going to go with blue over here. And I go in just in circles and draw it up as circles. Just go right like that. And we're going to blend that in with that, this blue. And it's off to the side, so it's not bothering the horn of the unicorn. We're just going to keep mixing, just keep rubbing it in. Just keep going with it until you have the color and the effect you want. And just play around with it, because I asked Sharon, and Sharon told me to play around with it, and it will happen the way you want it. And you'll get your own technique. And I think I have, honestly. I hope she found her piece of heaven. I really do, because she really helped me in my life. Because I wouldn't know how to do pastels as good as I do without her. I wasn't there when she died. I was off. I really wish I was there when she died, but I was not. Sometimes this happens when you work hospice. You tell people that was my favorite person. Why didn't you call me and this and that? But sometimes we're not meant to be there for everybody that dies. I have realized that through my career. But we got our light pastels here. You're bringing the rainbow around the unicorn. There we go. We're doing this nice, vibrant color here. Alright, see? It's not even that. It's pretty nice for what it is. Okay, I'm going to bring some of this green up here. Just start mixing all this stuff up here, too. There we go. Move it around here. Alright. Nice and half in now. I just feel like this color's a little, there you go. Oh, there you go, see? The rainbow surrounds the unicorn. I don't know. That's how I see the unicorn, is it being surrounded by the rainbow. And I think it looks better like that. And I want to get, I'm leaving this eye exactly how it is. I have soft pastels also. So, I have my white ones in here. I'm going to use this white one. These white ones are easy to lose. Very easy to lose. I will tell you that. Try to just be careful with all that. Alright, and these are the soft pastels. They kind of have a crayon texture to them. So, okay, this is a little bit more of that. This is super soft. So I'm going to leave those there and this here. Alright. Alright, I'm going to start just going in circles with this. I want to bring this out where it's nice and white here. There we go. I'm just going to move it around here. I really want to get this effect here. Alright, and even the nose is white, so obviously it's a unicorn. Alright, so it's looking a little better. Anyways, like that. Alright, and this unicorn. And a hair shaker here. I don't want to make it like everybody else's unicorn. I feel that that would be boring. So, I had a smaller soft pastel here. This one broke in half. It's easy to break these things. So easy. Alright. Okay, see now this is I actually got some black pastels and these I bought them separately because I feel the softer they are, the better. It's just my preference. I mean, it's up to the artist. It really honestly is. But I save every piece of these and put them back in where I got them. And you always have them. These are nice. The like if you buy them individually, you get these real soft ones. So I'm gonna adjust the background since I have all this. I'm gonna start some areas doing that. I'm just shading this black around. With that there. This here. And then just touch it up like little tiny lines. Sometimes you don't want the boldest lines. And I'm only doing it on the outside of this. That's it. Just the outside. There we go. Just going up, 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 up. Okay, here we go. There we go. I got this, a little bit here. Of course, the nose. Can't forget about the nose. I'm doing real light touches with this here because we have so much color going on. Alright, now with this, you just go up with your finger. Up, up, up. Just moving up a little. Don't even do the clouds when you're just doing touch ups with your pastels. Sometimes I feel it makes things worse. I mean, it could be just me. I mean, once you start getting your pastels and all that going and getting your own method, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna find the way you like to do it. All right. I'm just putting a little bit of this remainder stuff here. You could take the black pastels and really kind of go around and make it nice and make it portrait like. Now I'm just going down and just sectioning off. So this is separate from the rest of this. And you see that it's luminous. There. There. I'm just gonna go a little bit here. Sometimes a little black. I don't know. Sometimes I think I use the black more than the white ones. I use them almost both equally. Sometimes I think I don't. But that's what I'm gonna do here. Now I'm gonna get this white pastel out here. Oh, I'm still doing readings. If you're there. I don't want people thinking I'm crazy and just talking to myself. So a lot of times I do my artwork while I'm waiting. And I'm making this for my resident to try to get her to better her quality of life. Yeah, take this white in between. And I just go around in like little tiny circles. And then just like with the finger that you already haven't used for the other colors, like the 3 finger. Just go ahead and take the white in the middle again there. And I think it I feel it's done it. See? And this is all with pastels and no paint. So, and I save all these little ones because they are going to break on you. Save them. Save all the little containers. Because you will lose them all. It's just the way life is. Because these little buggers are easy to lose. I put all of everything back exactly the way I found it. Just like your mama would have told you to do. Alright, and then I have a little box I put all these in that I like to use. And here we go. The unicorn is done. And the rainbow is illuminated all around the rainbow. And I hope my resident likes it. And then I'll probably sign it too. And I'm going to take a picture of this. Just so for the other people that was here and left, they can see how it turned out. Okay. Let's do this because it's... There you go. Alright, I'm going to take a picture of this. Alright. Alright, that's a bad angle here. Here we go. Oh, good God. Okay, I'm trying to get this. Alright. There we go. And there is that. And I am going to take me a little break, probably get something to eat. Like that. And thank you for everybody who liked and subscribed and who likes to be on my streams. I always do something different. I'm going to try to come back later today. My husband does do live streaming also. So, but I do want to get some candles done today. I'm going to come back and do that. So, I'm going to make a unified effort today now that I'm rested up and do candles on the next time. And thank you for all your support, and I appreciate your humanity. And I'm going to end this and have a great day.